First, I would want us to look at what GBA is about. And the GBA is a professional body,
right?
Basically formed to protect the practice of law and its members in this country. So I would like to ask a few questions about, does this statement from GBA reflect what GBA stands for as a professional body? And for all professional bodies in this country, we need to ensure that we are doing what we say we will do within our constitution to protect the practice of that profession and to be consistent with that position. So, over the years, GBA has defended or advocated for a number of things in public space, which have been very good. Others, they have not been able to show consistency. Because only a few years ago, the GBA said we will not make statements on politics or issues within politics. What has changed? Have they issued another statement to say, no, we are now going to deal with issues of politics? So the NDC or other people also have a strong case to say, look, the GBA is not being consistent. So for us as professional bodies, I think that the only thing we can do to safeguard our practice, especially as associations, and to show consistent, is to be consistent with what we say and what we do. Other than that, then we begin to mar the association to the public in terms of what it's supposed to do. So if I look at the statement that came out of the conference, there were 5 issues on which the conference spoke. They talked about the withdrawal of directives on assignment and fixing to the acting Chief Justice.
Justice Paul Bafubani.
Exactly. Then the next one was about the suspension of the current the CJ. Then they spoke about Galamsey, then the Boku conflict and Ablekuma. Now, if you look at the first one, that is about the practice. They think that it's an opinion. Basically, it is nothing in law, but they say, look, the acting Chief Justice should act in a way that deploys technology to ensure that justice can be better delivered, which is about the practice. That is fair. But if you look at the next one about the CJ, they reference law in terms of Article 296. Now, the beauty about law is that they will debate it. They would argue it and settle it if it goes to court. But unfortunately, it is not in court. I don't know if it's in court or anything like that. But clearly, that is a fair position. If you look at the other 3, they are more of social. 2 are social, Galamsey, and then the Boku conflict, which is fair because as a professional body, you live within a certain context. You live in a country. So if there are things that you think are not going well, it is good to exercise, make a statement on that. On the issue of Ablekuma, it's more political. So again, people ask, what did the GBA say when it happened to SAR a few years ago? Those are questions that people will fairly ask. So these are the consistent issues that every professional body must seek to do to ensure that people can make a fair judgment about what it is doing and what it is not doing. So those, for me, are the things that we need to look at broadly and say GBA, other professional bodies shouldn't just be GBA, should be looking at what they do. The issues of corruption that have happened in this country, for instance, what has the Institute of Chartered Accountants said about it? When Woyome went to take money, what happened? There were professionals involved in that practice, in terms of lawyers. As for the lawyer who was involved, clearly the council has taken a decision, debarred him. But what about the accountants and other people involved in that process? What has the Institute of Chartered Accountants said about it? What have other professional bodies done or not done consciously that have affected this country? What have professionals said about it? So for me, my concern is largely about how professional bodies act consistently to ensure that the practice is protected within this jurisdiction. If we don't do that as professional bodies, then we are not being fair to the nation, not just on issues of politics, but naturally to the nation that we come from. Because our practice is not just about us, but it's about how it impacts the larger society. So for me, these are the things I would want to say about the statement that has come out from the GBA. As for the legal issues, they can go there and debate it, but we need, as professional bodies, to act properly so that the people in this country will see that we are serving them properly. Those are my own comments.